I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
We are the Pop Culturists, and man, it's the end of the month again. As we've done for the last handful of months, we look at what's coming up next. Now, we thought September was going to be gnarly. Turns out it really wasn't. You just played Destiny, I played PUBG.
Yeah,
it was like,
it's fucking gnarly.
Yeah, like this month looks packed. Yeah. What are you going to play? I don't know.
This one game.
I played one game.
Yeah. And it's fucking good.
It's really good. However, hot little list in my hand.
See, I know for October, you're like really, fuck, how are we going to get to all of this? How are we going to do it all? And I'm looking at the list, I'm like, huh.
Like, what about Destiny?
Like, for me personally, like, there's not a lot there that I'm like, I have to get this on day one. I'm sure I'll play some things.
We'll go through them. We'll have a look.
Yeah, go.
Kicking things off, as always, with the video games. With video games, we should mention as well, before even any of these games release, a weekend of the 8th and 9th of October is the EB Expo on the Gold Coast. We'll be there.
Yeah,
Have a damn good time.
Fucking sun's out, guns out at the EB Expo.
Oh, man. See, we were smart. We've actually booked it, because previous years it's always been 3 days. So I preemptively booked an extra day. So
extra day before and after.
Yeah, so because like normally when we fly back on the Sunday night, we're like dead and then we have to go to work the next day and there's all these videos to edit.
Go to work the next day.
You used to.
You don't work Mondays anymore either.
I know, because I had to go to my boss. I'm like, hey, can I pull my annual leave days? Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Keep that annual.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be good.
Yeah, so like we'll get a day of chilling by the poolside because Gold Coast, the only places to stay are resorts.
A day and a half, unless we get something on the Friday night, like the pre-con events that they hold. Because we're getting there. We'll get there just after lunch Thursday.
Yeah, we leave at midday on Thursday.
So we'll get there at like fucking 2:00.
Yeah,
and then we got all Friday to fucking pick our bellies by the pool. Maybe go to a theme park, depending how the travel is.
Ooh, yeah, so about 20 minutes away.
Depending how difficult it is to get there.
Oh, go try that new DC Rivals ride.
Yeah.
That ride looks fucked.
We can pick a theme park. It's probably going to be Movie World.
I'll go Movie World, because I want to ride the DC one. Yeah, okay. It looks nuts. Have you seen the video? Have you seen it? Huh! No. I'm sure. Hopefully you like some footage over with the edit, because...
See, but there are some rides... I don't know why we're talking about this, but there are some rides where, like, roller coasters, totally cool. I can do roller coasters and all that, but the rides that swing... I can't do
this is roller coasters.
I can't do that.
Swings ruin me. Roller coasters I can deal with.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
I'm going to show you the video when we're done here, because it's fucked.
Yeah.
Fucked.
Games!
Number 1, speaking of fucked, 11th of October, Middle of Earth, Shadow of War.
Yep.
A game littered with controversy, with dirty-ass microtransactions.
It's going to do well. It's going to sell extremely well. When it was announced, I saw the trailer. I'm like, this looks awesome. So I picked up Shadow of Mordor from EB Games for like $8. Didn't like it.
Not awesome.
Didn't like it at all. Maybe it's because of it's quite aged at this point. I don't feel like it made it didn't control well. Didn't explain things very well. I played for probably 4 hours and just never went back to it. So I'm gonna pass on that.
Yeah, look, I'll consider it. See how I go. I played the first one. I enjoyed my time with it. I never finished it, as always. My wife really enjoyed it. You don't even have
to say that anymore.
Yeah, my wife really enjoyed it, and she's like, "Are you gonna get a code?"
I mean, if we get a code for sure.
Yeah, something like that. Like, and he's like, so like normally she's like, "Oh, you play another game." She's like, "Hey, can you try to get Middle of Earth?"
Like pulls the blouse down a little bit. Can you try to get Shadow of War?
And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
I'm like, yeah, what are we doing?
On the 13th, we have sorry, I just read that one. Friday the 13th, the game, physical edition. So this game's been out in the wild on the downloads on the stores. Finally getting it.
2 months now?
Yeah, about 2-3 months. And it's finally coming physical on, funny enough, Friday the 13th. Well done.
It's found well done game. Quite a bit of success. It is a very heavily, like if you go to Twitch, it's normally up there with some of the most streamed games. Yeah. Like currently streamed games. I know Max was big into it. Everybody Max. But they recently patched it, so as a counsellor... You can't friendly fire. You can't grief other counsellors, and apparently that's taken on kind of a bit of the fun out of it, I guess. But I can say... it depends if you're a dick gamer or not. Yeah, like if it's... I've heard a circumstance of someone being stuck in a doorway and not moving, like... They die, then you walk in. But then you shouldn't be blocking the door either. Yeah. You know?
But like, I was thinking of doing a stream of Friday the 13th. You know, like if we can see if we'll reach out and dress up, have some fun. There's not enough dress up in streams these days. No. We did have that fishing one planned, but that I think it's a free to play game. When the trailer came out, I think it was too soon though. Yeah. You know, we didn't have enough time to prep. Really plan anything. On the 13th as well, we have The Evil Within. Two. Got 2-part. Yeah. I didn't play the first one. I heard the first one was really rad. But,
I got the first one because I heard it was really rad.
You still have it?
I still have it.
Oh, come on.
Pretty sure I still have it. I have a bad habit of don't like it, trade it back in.
But that's what I'm saying. That's be surprised.
I'm pretty sure I still have it. But to me, it was just a hunky-dory horror game. It was similar to Amnesia and Outlast. Hide in the lockers and all of that.
Yeah.
I
thought it was more shooty.
I didn't give it a lot of time either. But so that's the thing. It's like, do you give a game that you're not enjoying a lot of time to see if it gets better, or should a game grip you in the first couple of hours to make you want to give it more time?
I think it varies.
Might be a good topic of discussion for the players at some point.
Maybe.
I think I'm all horrored out at the moment.
Yeah.
So I've been binge watching horror movies this whole week, to the point where I couldn't find any more to watch that I hadn't seen before. I even reached out to you and Joel. I'm like, I need movies to watch, and I've seen everything. So.
On the 17th, finally,
maybe
it's confirmed. The game's gone gold.
Yeah, whatever. We'll see.
South Park: The Fractured Butthole.
Finally going to get, in theory, another game you're going to finish this year. In theory, if you get there. See, the issue you're going to have is, right, because this is only the fourth of the list of 10 games, is that you're super keen for this, and I know you want to finish it, but then you look at the rest of the month and it's like, well,
stop that.
You have to put it on the boys' side to play some other stuff.
But unlike the rest...
And then it will become, I'll get back to it at some point and fit in that pile of the, I'll get back to it, but I actually will never, ever get back to it.
Unlike the other games on this list, this is like a nice 8-hour game, so you should sort of be able to pick at it. Just get kind of through it nice and quick. Yep. But yeah, God, I'm so keen for the South Park. Playable at EB Expo. We'll be chatting to Mikey.
We've already played it as well with the Nozzulus Rift last year. That was fun.
God, that smell haunted my whole week.
Well, the thing with me is because I've got the mustache, is that the whatever spray they put into the mask stuck to my hair for the whole day. I'm just smelling poo.
It was because we were idiots, and it was the first thing we did on the Friday. So we spent 3 days sniffing that shit up. We couldn't. It wouldn't go away. I tried to flush my nose out. Nothing.
But the guys at the booth were also super cool with it as well. They let us set up the cameras and let us all have multiple.
We filmed an interview on the way out with them, so that was fantastic. It was, and there's some good face reactions of myself.
Do you reckon that'll be game of the month?
For me personally,
For you personally?
Yeah.
Well, what else we got?
On the 17th as well, we have WWE 2K18. Wrestling.
I don't understand why all sports games have to be annualized. Because you got your Madden and your FIFA and all of that and NBA and all of that. NBA 2K18, a lot of controversy at the moment.
Oh, really? Why?
Microtransactions.
God damn it!
You need virtual currency to customize your character to change their hairstyle.
That's balls.
That's fucking shit, man. Jim Sterling did a really good video on it. Sweet. I think this week's Jim Position was on it, maybe, or he did a bonus.
I think I think
he just did a bonus fuck 2K. But I get it in the way that the roster changes every year, and who's still in and who's still out. But that can just be a patch. The graphics don't seem to change very much every year, and they're normally littered with bugs as well because it's just such a quick turnaround. They're how Assassin's Creed was in its worst days. So yeah.
Well, once again, 2K reached out a while ago saying, "Hey, these are our slate for the rest of the year. Anything you want interested in?" I said, "Yep, 2K18 sounds cool." Because
we streamed last year's, didn't we?
Sure did.
Yeah. And we were so bad.
Yeah. So what I've decided is I was chatting with Chris Conway, and he has requested that we make you in the game.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm easy.
Yep.
Just bald and a beard. That's Josh.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll preemptively make you as small as possible.
Hornswoggle size.
Hornswoggle, small, beard, bald.
Yeah.
And then we'll...
Can you give me the tombstone as a finisher?
Of course.
Just so when I fight a 7-foot guy, I have to flip him over and 69 him to the ground. That's the benefit of me, right? Is that anytime it comes to character customization, I am so incredibly easy to make. You don't have to worry about facial structure or cheek height or anything or jawline because it's all under the beard.
Don't get me wrong, mine's pretty easy too. It's curly hair, fat, and big lips.
Big lips, big nose,
and
wide nose.
Yeah, big wide. Yeah, I'm like dum 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 dum.
Seeing as you can make your characters accurate as you want, but if there isn't a right hairstyle, it doesn't look right. I don't have one.
Yeah.
And if ball's not an option, you can normally put a hat.
Did you see my character in Everybody's Golf?
Yes,
looks fucking like me.
It does.
Beautiful.
As much as a 2D,
a thinner version of me,
a 2D like me style character can look like you. It does look like you.
Well done. Very good. On the 18th, we get finally GT Sport, the PlayStation exclusive. Sport GT, not up my alley. The Super Simi races.
What do you mean? Finally,
it's been delayed multiple times.
Oh, okay.
It's supposed to come out in November of last year.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Cool. GT Sport.
Racing games don't do it for me. I'm not a sports racing gamer.
Like fun racing, Need for Speed, Burnout.
Yeah.
But sim racing like this, no thanks.
The thing is, I look at them and I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. And the next thing you know, it's top selling game for the week for a month straight. And it's like, well, people do give a fuck about this stuff.
People give an absolute fuck.
And I
about
always look
GT
at these
Sport.
games like I look at them for their visual beauty. Like they look stunning, especially the sim racing games. You know, the worlds and the cars, they look fucking amazing. Some of the best in the business, really. But yeah, I've got no interest in driving around a circle for 4 hours.
Again, it does interest you on a platform you don't care about. 24th of October, we get Destiny 2 on the PC. I know Dave Chataway's jumping on that.
Chris Conway as well.
Yep.
I mean, I'll go into a bit more of like, I guess, my post-game Destiny thoughts in For the Players, which will be out before this video.
So you'd have already known them.
I guess PC has the benefit of consoles essentially like ironing out the launch kinks. And then PC should launch pretty smoothly.
Well, it depends on because I think a lot of it right now is just optimizing it for PC. So it's not an issue of, hey, let's get these bugs out of the way. But I think they can take the advantage of that and put those bugs.
They're definitely getting a lot of data from the console versions. Because there are bugs and there are glitches and there are exploits, as there always is in these big games. So hopefully when it comes to PC, a few of them, the bigger ones, will be ironed out.
I hope so. I put this game in there for a laugh. 26th of October, Just Dance 2018.
Now, for a laugh, yeah, but
those games are huge.
I think
those games are actually
trying to remember,
huge.
probably 3 years ago. It's probably Just Dance 2014 or 15, whatever it was. I don't know. I got it from somewhere with the move controls and stuff. And I play with the kids every time they come over. Fucking loved it. The kids absolutely loved that game, and so like with them, I really enjoyed playing it because you laugh at each other and stuff. I can't playing it by yourself might be a bit weird though.
Yeah, there's always a big booth at like conventions like PAX and EB. There's always
normally
the
biggest
setup.
booth,
and they are loud
stage,
as fuck.
You can hear it from the other end.
They're trying to
and yet they got their pro dancers up all day, and then they'll cycle out a pro dancer for a random, and you see the random just all
hesitant.
They're all like jumping and doing cheerleader shit, and the Randy's just like playing with their dick. But it is a huge franchise.
It is huge. Now, speaking of huge franchises, we're going into the tail end of the month, the dangerous day, the 27th of October. We should also mention as well, PAX Australia here in Melbourne kicks off on the 27th of October all that weekend.
Next month is fucked. We thought E3 month was effed. Next month is worth.
So first off, on the 27th of October, we have Assassin's Creed Origins. Assassin's Creed back after a 2-year hiatus, going to Egypt.
Now, this game, I think, is very important for the Assassin's Creed franchise because it did become kind of a meme towards the end of it because it'd annually and it'd have all these bugs, like the no face and the eyes, which is scarier than any horror game I've played in recent years.
All those movies you've watched got nothing on that scary fucking face. So
Ubisoft did say, look, we'll take a break. We hear your thoughts. We'll take a break. We'll come back. It'll be bigger and better than ever. It has to be because if it's not, it's just going to become a meme again, and it's just like kicking a dead horse, beating a dead horse. It's because it is a dying franchise. It very much is a dying franchise. So it's very important that this launches well and is good. Now, our buddy Joel went to pre-release event
with the IGN Black Beta
last weekend or a few days ago, whatever it was. I don't know in terms of time of recording. He had some pretty good thoughts about it. So join our Facebook community group at facebook.com/groups/thepopculturist if you want to get some thoughts from our buddy Joel about the game.
Always be selling. This is one of the first big Xbox One X titles, third parties that are allegedly getting One X support. I'm curious on how that goes.
I mean, it looks cool. Yeah. But I've never been an Assassin's Creed kind of
I played the first one and it kind of annoyed the fuck out of me. It was
I liked Assassin's Creed up until the point where you found out you're in this machine from the future. That's took me out. I was
like Desmond was really boring.
I was like, I really enjoyed it when I was just in the 1400s, like killing people, and then it came into this big story of like your ancestors, and I was like, oh man, that's
wank. On the 27th of October as well, we get Super Mario Odyssey on the Switch.
If you head over to youtube.com/thepopculturist, you can see Ryan's first impressions because he went to an event 9 days ago as of this video launching. Just give us a quick roundup.
It's good. If you grew up on 3D Mario, like Super Mario 64, Sunshine, Galaxy, all that sort of stuff, it's right up your alley. Mm-hmm. You're gonna love it. Period. For me, not growing up on those, it was a relatively brand new experience for me. There are some things that I know that are standard Mario stuff, like running, a little bit of a sprint before he slips off,
Yeah, and the sliding when you stop to change direction as well. Does he do that? Like you're running right and then you hit left and he does that little like boop, 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 like
yeah, a little bit. And like to me, for a game that is a platformer, and especially like it feels outdated, doesn't feel very accurate, which is really frustrating because I died more than 1,000 times. Not really, but like I died more often than not because of that.
I'd argue the 2D platformers require more of that precision, but even the 2D platformers to a point had that little like slip and slide control. But it's going to be a fucking massive game. It's
going to be huge. Don't get me wrong, still really enjoyed it. I liked it quite a lot. However, there were those little things, but I think
it is something
once you adapt to it,
yeah,
you'll be fine.
And the Switch is kind of waiting for that, next big game because it launched with Zelda, which was huge, and something like 103% of people that had a Switch bought Zelda somehow, however those numbers work out. And then they've had good titles, in the meantime, a lot of indies, and we've found out that like Doom and Wolfenstein 2 are coming to it as well. So that third party support is pretty apparent, but they are due for a big first-party title.
Yeah, so this is essentially going to put a cap, pun intended, as I said in the video, on the year of the Switch.
Yeah.
There is nothing but big, huge titles this year. It's perfect. They've done a lot better than I personally expected.
When's the last time that Nintendo potentially has 2 Game of the Year contenders out in the same year with Zelda and Mario? Like, they're going to be in contention. You'd be silly not to think that they're not going to be considered by a lot of people.
Couldn't agree more.
And the final game?
Final game is on the same day, 27th of October, Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus. Wolfenstein The New Water was fucking rad.
So you said that.
You didn't like it.
And you lent it to me. But again, it was that thing of, I gave it about an hour. I'm like, I'm
first
just not feeling it.
So
and you're like, after the first hour it gets good, I swear. But that's that whole thing I was saying before with games is like, I've found for me anyway, you need to grip me in that first couple of hours or I'm never going to touch it. See, I don't care how good it gets later. It needs to be good now or else I'm not really...
See, I agree with you. The first hour... there's some leniencies. When you said 4 hours in before,
yeah,
no, that's a long time.
4 you should fucking have me.
Yeah, 1 hour and then it gets good. It drastically improves. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'm probably at the checkpoint right before it quote unquote gets good.
Yeah,
but yeah, but the trailer looks rad.
Yeah,
it looks like an interesting game, and it is coming to the Switch as well. So that's
next year.
Yeah, so the delay is unfortunate.
It is,
but. I think seeing Bethesda being so up in front about supporting the Switch is fantastic.
It's huge.
And I think there was a quote from Todd Howard about it. It's like, we're not just putting Doom and Wolfenstein on there. He said, we're putting them on there to start building that relationship with Nintendo for future releases. Yeah. So that's fucking awesome.
Wolfenstein will also be at EB Expo. I've reached out to Bethesda to get some hands-on time. I did last year with Dishonored. Wait and see if we hear back.
Nice.
That's all the games for October.
That's all the games, is it? That's all?
That's all.
That's all.
What's jumping out for you if you had to pick?
Probably South Park.
Yeah.
I mean, South Park simply because it's so different and it is just, I know it's full of laughs and it's a bit, a lot of the games we play do have that, dark and gritty and sort serious tone to them, somber and, you got to save the world and whatever. And I'm in the mood just to play something for a laugh. Just to have all these in-jokes and all this shit that you like that is so inappropriate and so funny at the same time. I'm keen just to have a good laugh while playing a game.
Sure.
And I know you'll see it. My kid will come over and you'll see it on my toolbar and be like, Dad, can I play that? Sorry, mate. But it's a cartoon. Nah.
Stream it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll stream it. Heading into the movies, because my pick is South Park. Duh.
Yeah.
I just said at the start. Heading into movies, not as many, obviously, because, we're only 4 or 5 release days in the month. On the 5th of October, we have Blade Runner 2049, the sequel to the Blade Runner. Hold on. I've honestly never seen it.
Me either.
Where's Dylan? Yeah. Oh, I'm in America. I love Blade Runner. Thanks, Dylan.
Oh, we think he's back from America.
We have no idea. We actually heard from him yet.
Since when do we communicate with each other?
Then on the 12th, we have Mother, which is Jennifer Lawrence's latest film. Hearing nothing but good things. I've no idea what it's about, but I've heard it's good.
I don't like Jennifer Lawrence. It's her face just annoys me.
It's for me. It's gonna be blasphemy. For me, it's that faux everybody's girl persona that she puts on.
Yeah,
that frustrates me.
But it might be a good movie. So
could be.
We're overdue for seeing a movie. We've been trying to line up it for a little while. Yeah, and it just doesn't have schedules conflict and all of that. But we are due to see a movie.
We haven't been to the cinema in a very long time. We should just go. On the 12th of October, we also have Happy Deathday from Blumhouse.
Yep.
It's the way I've written here. It's like Groundhog Day for a woman who got killed a lot.
Yeah, so you showed me the trailer before we started. This movie looks great.
It looks awesome.
Starts off with a wicked soundtrack with 50 Cent in the club. So essentially, it seems like this girl wakes up that night on her birthday. She gets killed, and then she wakes up again. And the whole stop it. The whole story seems to be in order for her to get out of this loop, she needs to figure out who is killing her in these variety of different ways.
Yeah, and it's like you need to find out who knows it's your birthday and wants to kill you. It's like,
it's the whole school because she's Miss Popular. Yeah, seems like a fun horror movie.
Yeah, I'm keen as hell. I'm actually really keen. It looks kind of rad.
Yeah, looks good.
On the 26th of October, we also have a Brigsby Bear, which is the same thing. Because when I put up the list, I'm like, all right, cool. What's coming out this month? What should I pay attention to? First thing I spot is this movie starring Mark Hamill. I'm like, all right. So it's essentially in very similar vein to like Bad Boy Bubby or The Room. It appears that there's this guy who's lived forever in this little bubble, in this little house. So, somewhat unimaginative idea there of, they leave the house, they have to have gas masks on, you can't leave the house, whatever. Yep. And while he's in this bubble, he's been watching this children's show called Brigsby Bear.
Okay.
Now, when we're
talking Mark Hamill's character.
Right? Mark Hamill's the father. This is the son, who's probably like mid-30s.
Yep.
So the son then leaves the bubble bunker. And then he sort of goes through have a bit of therapy by the looks of it, and then he's like, but I want to know what the next episode of the Brigsby Bear is. It's like, I cancelled it, man.
Yeah.
And then he goes and makes the final episode.
That sounds
so fun. It starts by a somewhat dark premise, but apparently it's a really quite entertaining comedy.
Okay, cool. I was picturing like The Room, and Mark Hamill's like this really dark rapist, and So it's a nice sort of because it's the same sort of I guess would you call it a trope now, like 10 Cloverfield Lane, but like they've all got that same you can't leave the house thing. Trope, plot device,
Yeah, but I think having it switch to something a lighthearted, silly comedy is probably a better use of it.
Well, speaking of switching to comedies, I did watch Tusk the other day.
Oh, what do you think?
It's fucking weird.
It's so weird.
I mean, I enjoyed it when it was dark. I thought, okay, this is really good. But then it just switches tone to this like that weird cop character that they're talking to.
Oh, Guy Lapointe. It's Johnny Depp, right?
Oh, is it? No, I didn't. But it's if it kept that dark tone the whole way through, I think it would have been fair. Because when the reveal of him in the walrus suit, that was horrifying. That was like, fuck me, that's dark. And then it's like all these funny jokes, and then I was like, you kind of ruined it for me. But then in the credits, you hear the part of the podcast with Kevin Smith
when they pitch the idea,
and you're like, oh, well, they did it. Like they did it, like word for word. But it was a great movie, except the tone was all over the place. And whether that's a thing with Kevin Smith,
I want to chat about that. We've got one more movie to go, and then I'll talk about it off air.
Okay.
Finally, speaking of a movie that its tone is I'm not quite sure about, Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Movie looks dope. Trailers look like Guardians of the Galaxy. What the fuck is going on with that?
I don't know. I think it's going to be very lighthearted, actually.
Yeah, I'm interested. It looks good.
I think Marvel has found with Chris Hemsworth's Thor that at this point, because after Thor: The Dark World, which was
poops,
they've found that Chris Hemsworth's Thor is at its most entertaining when it is a lighter-hearted tone. He's very funny as Thor. Like Thor 1 when he was with Jane Austen and he's like trying to adapt to Earth culture.
My favourite part in that entire
movie.
My favourite part of that entire movie is where they go to reverse the car and they fucking rail him.
Yeah.
Like the face of do it. Like I put it on loop because it's his face. Like the delivery of Chris Hemsworth's face is he's like, and
then there's that mini web series of Thor living with his housemate.
Yep.
Fucking hilarious. So I think they know that Thor is at his best when he is that light-hearted kind of, and they've probably changed the tone of Ragnarok to get that.
I'd say
I think towards the end, because it is Ragnarok and it is a very dark story.
Yeah.
Towards the end, I think that'll shift to be quite serious.
And it's the one that is leading into Infinity War. Yeah. So a lot of actions that take place in this movie would lead into Infinity War.
I'm going to say, the first half will be that, haha, look, he's so funny as Thor and the funny one-liners, but towards the end, then they'll get real fucking serious. Because Chris Hemsworth does do a good serious as well. It's just the writing of The Dark World was shit. So I think they'll take the best of both worlds in this. Hopefully.
So what movie takes your pick this month?
Happy Deathday.
Yeah, Deathday's mine too. Like it sold me. Like I've not seen a good sort of like thriller, and I like the premise.
Highly encourage you to check out the trailer.
The trailer rocked my jorts pretty quickly.
Yeah, no, definitely Happy Deathday.
Anyway, Happy Deathday. Anyway, I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh.
They are all the movies and games that are coming out in the month of October. What's got your attention? Comment below. Let us know. And then down below there is.